have you both with us, and this is because we're looking ahead to a gig that's happening next week at the Villa Prom Suite. We'll talk about the gig in a moment, but it's all sort of wrapped around this label of Manx Punks, who we have talked about here on the show before. But for those who haven't heard us talk about Manx Punks, just explain to us, Blake, what is it all about? Who or what are Manx Punks?
Well, essentially, we all got fed up of not having bands that we wanted to watch come over. So we decided ourselves, well, mostly Mike and Twist, getting bands over. I mean, we played with them as a side hustle, but we won't say anything about that. But we've been getting bands over. We've been trying to go away and play with other bands under the Manx Punks handle, I guess. But it was mostly just to bring bands over. So we had, some people we actually wanted to watch coming over.
And how many bands have you had come over so far? When did this all sort of start?
Oh God,
It's been a couple of years.
it's
now,
been a
hasn't
few
it?
years. Yeah, I couldn't give you a direct number now because we had a little bit of a break over the last couple of years. But
Understandably, yeah.
It's
been a bit tricky to book gigs on.
Actually, I can tell you how many bands we've had over.
Oh yeah, because Jenny is sporting the beautiful vinyl that was released. Oh, I tell you what, because you're talking about that now, if you talk about it and hold it up, then hopefully if the cameras are working, we'll be able to see what you're holding up. So just explain to us what that vinyl is, Jenny.
Okay, so during the first lockdown, an idea was put out within the team, the Manx Punks team, and our friends in Blitzkrieg, which are a UK band that we brought over, to do something to help small venues that were struggling during COVID. So what we decided to do was get all of the bands that we had brought over in the past to feature on the album, along with some bands that we hope to bring over in the future, and some Manx bands as well. So we've got Mad Daddy on here, Half Naked Headline, and Slow Decay are also in here, along with all of the bands that we've brought over and a few more. So that's basically helping raise money for small venues, and then the whole thing blew up, and Gus from Blitzkrieg just basically did a whole load more, and he's done the vinyls for loads of different venues all across the UK and Europe as well, and it's been mentioned in Viva La Rock magazine. It's just been a really, really fun thing to do.
So you guys kind of started this whole sort of movement to make these kind of records to help venues.
I mean, we had an initial idea to do something like that, but it was Gus really from Blitzkrieg that kind of brought it all together and brought it into fruition. So, we're really happy to work with him on that and on other things in the future as well.
And it's available now, isn't it? People can get their hands on it.
Yeah, so we'll be selling it at the event on Saturday in the Villa, and it'll also be available in Sound Records soon, along with Mad Daddy's vinyl that's already in there. They've got an album out as well. So definitely go pay Jack a visit down there and get yourselves one of those, or come and see us at the gig because they'll be available there too.
Fantastic. And speaking of the gig then, Blake, so tell us, this is taking place next week. It's in the Villa Prom Suite, which is quite a large venue, but also not the sort of venue you guys have played in previously. So I'm guessing this is quite a good opportunity to maybe reach some different people, a slightly bigger audience.
Yeah, I think so. With the opportunity of a larger room, we could have as many people that will fit it, I guess. I mean, yeah, I think it is the first time that I guess
It's the first time Manx Punks has been near the Villa. I mean, we had Crotch Lice play there a while ago for the Guild, many years ago, before we really, were bringing as many bands over as we were. So it's really exciting to kind of get our foot in the door to do that with the local acts, with the hopes in the future that maybe we'll be bringing acts of our own over to play that venue as well. Acts from the UK and stuff like that. It's really exciting. And it's the first time Swarf Damage have played as well, which is Blake's also a member of Swarf Damage, if you want to talk a little bit about
Go on, tell us about Swarf Damage.
Yeah, I mean, we're a kind of a fusion of metal and punk. Me and Mike, who's from Crotch Lice, we started it up a couple of years ago, and yeah, I think it was the first time us playing in the Villa, which would be fun. Yeah.
And who else is playing next week? Because there's a number of bands, isn't there?
So it's my band, Half Naked Headline. We'll be playing. We're on first, I think, and then followed by Swarf Damage. And then the Mighty Ballags will be playing headline in the gig, which will be really, really fun. We absolutely love it when the Ballags come and do gigs with us because, it's nice to kind of diversify the kind of music that we have. So it's not all just punk. It's not all just metal. You know, we've got a little bit of the folk stuff in there as well. It's just really fun atmosphere.
What it does all have, though, is energy, doesn't it?
Yeah,
there is
absolutely.
so much energy. Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to hear some Balags now because they put out an album as well. I think it was last year, wasn't it? Or was it earlier this year? I get confused now.
It's very
with how
recently
time passes.
it's very recently they've
Might have been
released it. It's
earlier
been a long
this
time
year.
coming.
It has been a long
awaited.
time coming, and it is a wonderful thing. I just listened through to the whole thing. I've heard some of the songs, but I listened through to the whole thing earlier. It's called Another Broken String, and it is out now on all your various kind of streaming sites. So I thought we'll play the opening track from that, which is called Trim Rig, and then we're going to chat some more with my guests, Blake and Jenny, who are talking about Manx Punks and the next Made in Man event, which is happening at the Prom Suite next Saturday. So more about that in a moment.